to talk a little bit about why physical activity is important. It is important to stay fit, not just for the results you will see in your physical appearance, but also for your general health. Like when we talk about mind, body, and soul, you want to take care of your mind, whether it be from meditation. You want to take care of your body, whether it comes from physical activity, and your soul, whatever you need to do to get there, you need to take care of yourself in all those 3 points. And the physical aspect of it is what I am good at. It's my job, and the nutrition as well, because in order to lose the weight or gain the weight and keep it and be consistent with it, it all starts with what you eat. And as the cliche saying goes, you are what you eat. It's very true. You are what you eat, because whatever you put inside of you is gonna come out of you, whether it be on your skin or your hair, or when you use the bathroom and stuff, it comes out somehow. Whatever you put in must come out somehow. So most of the clients that I work with, they're females. They're girls like you, they're females like you, and that's the audience that I want to focus my time and my effort on. And I feel like if we unite together and we come together as women, there's a lot we can tackle in this society. And we go through so much discrimination. For example, I'm moving back to Gambia from Sweden. I heard a lot of backlash of, what are you doing in Gambia? There's nothing moving right now. Don't waste your time coming here to invest or to work here. It's not gonna work. Or I get to hear some negative feedback such as, oh, you're a woman, why are you working out so hard? Or, do you want to have pants on or, malan? I'm like, I'm gonna put on my pants, take malan to come. So either way, like, don't let anybody tell you cannot do certain things just because in our society it's not looked at as something important. But I feel like your general health, your well-being as a person is important. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race, where you come from, age or gender. Your general health is very important. And as a personal trainer here at Elite, I recommend for my clients to work out at least 3 to 4 days a week, at least 3 times a week for an hour every time. Because in that hour, it gives you enough time to do your cardio, to do weights, to do whatever training you have to do that will shock your body and take you out of your comfort zone. Because you can run every day if you want to, but if you're not seeing results in the running, if you're not seeing muscle gains or weight loss, then you're not doing it the right way, then you just wasting your time. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to come to the gym to do certain exercises. Like I always tell some of my clients, I have clients that I have to go to their houses to train and stuff, and we use things that they have at home. Everybody has 2 gallon, the gallon, what do they call again, the oil bottles at home. We have the 1.5 kg water bottles that we drink every day. You have sacks of rice. You have things that you can use at home to enhance your workout routine. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym, but I feel like it's important as well to incorporate your family in the activities that you do. Like today is Sunday or whatever, you can take the kids to the beach. You can do fun activities. I have a son, believe it or not. I have a 7-year-old, and most of the times I take him with me and I use him as my weight. Examples of exercises you can do at home, like for example, if you're going to work, instead of taking the taxi all the way to your doorstep, maybe get off 10 minutes before and walk that 10 minutes. Power walk it. By the time you get to the workplace, you've shocked your heart a little bit. You felt like, ooh, okay, I'm breathing, a bit heavily because I did something. Instead of taking the lift, take the stairs, run up the stairs a few laps, maybe before lunch or after lunch, just to help your food digest better. So there are little things that you can do that can help you get that workout in. Even a good stretching when you wake up. Everything doesn't have to be running, jumping, squatting. Sometimes you can just stretch to elongate your body, to elongate your muscles again, so that you feel a bit more woke and you're ready to go and do whatever your day's task is. And like I said, the eating aspect of it is very important. And moving back to Gambia, I have found it a little bit challenging finding some of the foods that I got used to back in Sweden. Like my day consisted of eating at least 6 small meals a day. And I know some people are thinking, wait, you eat 6 times a day? Yes. And that means when I wake up at 7, getting my son ready to go to school, I'll have breakfast with him to teach him that is the first and the most important meal of the day, is to have breakfast. And then when I take him to school, I try and aim for every 3 hours, even when I'm at work and I don't have time to eat or whatever, I have a banana in my bag or an apple. That counts as a snack, which is also a meal. So that means that you're not giving your body enough time to be hungry for you to eat junk food. That's where the problem comes, because if you wake up and you have breakfast, you're not gonna eat again for the next 2-3 hours. Maybe you're feeling, oh, I'm hungry but not quite hungry, so I'll have a mini snack before lunch. That could be an apple, that could be a handful of nuts, that could be seasonal fruits that we have going on. So you gotta think of like the food choices has to be a little bit more healthier. You have to be conscious about what you put in your body. It's also important to meal prep and portion control. Don't wait until you're really hungry and then you go sit down with a bowl of Benachin and going all in. No, because you haven't given yourself the fuel it needed. So now you're extremely hungry. You're gonna eat every and anything. But once you have, I always tell people to take it back to school with the lunch boxes. Once you prep your meals and you portion control and you know how much you're supposed to eat and how many calories as women we're supposed to intake, which is 2,000 calories a day, and obviously if you're adding activities to it, you may need a little bit more, but we're aiming for 2,000 calories a day. And portion control, you know how many calories is in the rice that you're eating, and the rice that we use here in Gambia has a lot of starch to it. And as Gambians, we need to know that we have so many natural resources in the Gambia. We have so many amazing foods and fruits that happen seasonally. Everything does not necessarily have to be rice and bread, even though I'm guilty of it. I love me some bread, girl. Like, yes, I love bread and rice. And some days I could go whole day without eating rice, and I'm like, I feel like I haven't had lunch. But you know that mentality. We all know when you don't eat rice, so yeah. So that's the thing. But you need to know when to eat the rice. Because if you eat it at 8 o'clock and then you go to bed at 9, 10, you're not gonna burn the fat. Even though you will burn fat as you sleep, but you don't burn enough fat as you do when you're in any form of physical activity. So you also need to know that. And I'm not saying that we should stop eating at a certain time, but having a routine also helps. If let's say you go to bed at 10 o'clock, at least try not to eat at least 2 hours before you go to bed, because you're not gonna burn the fat. You're going to sleep, and that means relaxation for your body and for your mind and everything. But if you eat all your heavy carbs and fats throughout the day, and then you're keeping active and walking everywhere you go, and using steps, doing physical activity, you're gonna burn it by the time it's time for you to go to bed and stuff. So it's also important to think about keeping yourself hydrated. We live in Gambia where it's 34, 35 degrees hot. You have to drink water. It's very important, and water helps to flush your body from all the toxins that we get from the different foods that we eat throughout the day, and it also helps to clear your skin, because we know no one wants to have pimples on their faces and stuff like that. So it helps to clear your skin. It will help to flush the toxins in your body, and drinking enough water helps you lose weight. You just gotta know how to drink it throughout the day. And I opt for at least three of the 1.5 liters bottle a day. Especially when I'm doing my exercise, I can drink 4 at times, because I work in the mornings and evenings. And then when I do my classes with my clients, yeah, I sweat a lot like a man. I'm sorry guys, I rain a lot, and what I'm sweating I have to put back in by drinking water. Eating healthy is important. Portion control is important. Drinking enough water is important. Sleeping enough is important, and it reduces stress, it reduces wrinkles and bags and everything. So you need to understand your body, and your body, what's good for it, what you can eat that will not let you break out, what things to avoid, when to go to bed, if you're feeling tired, different things that you need to do to bring your energy back up. So, and also one extra tip, detoxing your body. It's very important to detox, because we eat every day to survive. We drink every day to survive. But what about all of the bad toxins that we're putting in our body, not knowing that it's coming from all these foods, all the foods and foods and water that we're eating and drinking. So it's always important, even if it's once a week, to detox your body. And the quickest way to detox is just water. Drinking water. But if that's boring for you and you want to enhance your water a little bit, you can add slices of a lemon to the water. So find lemon or lime, dice it, add a few slices to the water, get some cucumber, add it into the water, and mint. Nana. Just get some, like a few, 2-3 leaves of nana, put it in there and let it infuse in the fridge overnight. If you have a jug, you can add some ice cube in it, let it be overnight in the fridge, and the next day you will when you try it, you will see that the water has been infused, and because of the antioxidants and all the good nutrients in that water, it's gonna help you cleanse. So that means a whole lot of peeing for you, but that means it's taking out the toxins in your body as well. And detoxing, you can add anything you want to it. As long as water is the base, you can add apples, you can add oranges, grapefruit, you can add papaya, you can add different seasonal fruits that are there that will help, because every fruit has something good that it does to the body. So it's all about researching as well. Use the internet. If you want to detox or even use a face mask or whatever, use the internet and try it out, and try and use as many natural products as possible. I think it's very important we take care of our underarms, because we sweat a lot on our underarms, and when you have hair growing on your underarms, I feel like the bacteria and the dirt and everything has something to stick onto. I mean, just like our nostrils, we have hair in our noses and in our ears and stuff, because it stops the follicles and the particles from like just going straight into our eardrums or into our nostrils. So it's the same thing as well. But when it comes with the underarm, the more hair you have under your underarm, it will contribute towards you getting odor in your underarm. So me personally, I grow hair a lot on my underarm and my private, so I try to shave at least once a week, and using a razor blade. And you can either use a razor blade, a shaving stick should I say, or you can use the hair removal creams, which you can just like apply and leave it on for like 3 to 5 minutes, rinse off and the hair comes off, and then just add an extra moisturizer. And I always use coconut oil for everything, because it's just it's very fatty, and also either coconut oil or jojoba oil or jojoba oil, because jojoba oil is one of the only oils that is very close to our sebum, which is the natural oil that comes out of our skin. So that's the oil that you have on your scalp, the natural one that comes out of the skin. So jojoba oil is the only oil that's closest to our sebum as possible. But coconut oil is a very good oil that can be used. That's also can be used to cook your foods, frying eggs or whatever. You don't always have to use oils. You can use butter, you can use sunflower oils, coconut oils to fry your foods, and also use it for your hair and skin. Us black people with the beautiful melanin that we have, when you shave too much at times, it tends to irritate your underarms or your private area. So what I normally recommend is to take a lime or lemon, cut it in half, and use baking soda. So the best brand for baking soda is the Bragg's. I think you can get that from the US. So Bragg's baking soda, and then you take a slice of lemon, just put a little bit, let's just say a quarter of a teaspoon of baking soda onto the lemon, and watch it dissolve a little bit. So give it like 10 to 20 seconds, and once it's dissolved, use the lemon to wash or to pretty much scrub your underarm. So scrubbing with the lemon and the baking soda, not only is it gonna help with the odor, with the smell, but it's also gonna help to lighten your underarm, because when you're shaving, the shaving is irritating the skin and it's gonna make it dark. So when you use the lemon, the antioxidant and the citric acid in lemon is gonna make your underarms lighter. So that's also one tip to think about. Even if you don't have the baking soda, you can just use the lemon on a regular basis. So always think of it as your health is wealth, as it says on the back of our t-shirts. And everybody should invest as much of their finances into themselves, because once you are there 100%, everything else is just gonna fall into place. And another tip also for us ladies, even if we're not on that time of the month, to keep our nether regions very clean is important. And I remember growing up here, my grandma always used to force us to like wash ourselves downstairs after we pee or use the bathroom. And I think some of you know what I'm talking about. So you always have to rinse off after you use the bathroom. And I grew up having that mentality. So when I went to Sweden and lived there for some of my teenage life, I remember always having like, I mean, not infections, but like my pH was very unbalanced. So that means like I will feel like I'm stinking, or like I feel funky or whatever. And every time I go to my doctor or my gynecologist, he will always tell me, how often do you wash yourself? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm washing myself every time I pee because that's what I grew up knowing, and that's gonna help me be clean downstairs. Not knowing that overwashing yourself downstairs is gonna mess up your pH balance. And then when your pH is not balanced, then that means that you're gonna get infection, or you're gonna get thrush and stuff like that, and you're gonna start smelling a certain way. So no matter what, bacteria is also good. It's good to there are certain bacteria that we need downstairs to keep things flowing. So once you keep washing every time you pee, or you keep adding soaps directly to the nether region, it's a no-no.
My nutritional journey started. So I started eating really well, really thinking about my breakfast. So like Meg was saying about oatmeal, I was so used to having bread in the morning and just running about my day, not really thinking about what that's doing to inside of my body. So the main important thing I could really advise everybody is to arm yourself with information. But the information that you get, there's so much information on the internet now, we're in the internet age, so many things that are available, but how do you turn that into making sure it works for you personally? So everybody's journey is completely different, everybody's bodies are completely different, but the main thing that I know affects us as human beings is sugar. So when I got high blood pressure, I was having far too many sweet things, eating chocolates, cakes, sweets here and there, sodas. So those were the first things that I completely eliminated from my diet. I stopped drinking Fanta, stopped drinking Coca-Cola, stopped drinking all the sodas basically, because they're just armed with so much sugar. I basically use Coca-Cola to clean my toilet. If you use it to clean your toilet, you see the damage that it does to your toilet, then you realize what it's doing to your body. So yeah, those were the first things I eliminated. Then I eliminated fruit juices that I can buy from supermarkets, because most of that is pasteurized fruit. So they'll say 100% fruit, but it's not really 100% fruit. The fruit has been really boiled, it's sat on in the fridge for X amount of years, months, and then you're ingesting it in your body, not really doing anything good for you. So from then I decided to become this hippie mother that made all my children's food from scratch, because in Europe it's so easy to go into the shop, grab all ready-made stuff for your children. That's what most people do. My diet consists of, if I have a plate of food, I'll have some cooked bits, some steamed bits, and maybe 70% of it will be raw. So I like my peppers raw, I like my tomatoes raw, you know, you have your salads. So really changing my diet, because of my health complications during pregnancy, made me have a look at what I'm eating. And I thought, if I'm eating this, I'm a mother of two and I have my husband, then I need to look at the whole family's nutrition. Because if I'm having high blood pressure, I'm having diabetes, it's just going to keep going worse and worse and worse, and it will affect my husband, and in turn then my children will not have parents, because we're not being serious. The food might be tasty, but it's not healthy for our body. So the main thing is about changing the cycle for us as a people. As young girls, really arming yourself with information. We've come accustomed to being in this city life, and we're eating a lot more and doing a lot less. So that's what we just need to get ourselves away from. So what I urge everybody is just to figure out all the superfoods that are available in our country, in our continent. The superfoods are just things that you need on a daily basis. You have a little bit and it does wonders for your body. So if you're looking to lose weight and you have a sweet tooth, but you want to maintain your weight, instead of eating chocolates, you can have a grapefruit. It's completely low in sugar and it keeps you full as well. Or you can have bananas. 2 bananas is what really you're recommended to have a day as a person, because the potassium in it is quite high. So if you have a lot more than 2 ripe bananas, then you're doing damage to your body as well. But green bananas, like boiling green bananas, full of nutrients, that's another way of ingesting bananas like that. And you can have as many of those as you want. In most places, the broken rice is given as food for horses. And here we're ingesting that as humans. Not saying that animals are not as important, but just to have a look at the correlation of what we're eating and how it's valued in other places. So going back to grains, I don't know what it's called in Wolof because I don't speak Wolof, but there's bulgur wheat. That is the most super grain you can have. You should ideally aim for at least 5 fruits a day. I mean, fruits are high in sugar, but it's natural sugars, so it's not refined sugar, white sugar. So those are the things that if you have a sweet tooth, you should be aiming to reach for those. So I can say today my health is at 100%. Diabetes gone, high blood pressure is completely gone. I was saying to one of the girls, when I'm on my time of the month, I have 0 pain. I had pain once and I was complaining to my friends saying, where has this come from? But I think that is all to do with my dietary change. If I'm thirsty, I reach for water. Like Meg, I drink 4 of those a day. It's incredibly hot in the country, so you want to keep yourself hydrated. Yeah, so just make better choices, and those will really, by you making those better choices, you're going to empower your children, you're going to empower your families, and in the long run, empower the country.
And I just want to take the opportunity, I don't want to talk much, so I'll just take the opportunity to say thank you to everybody who took time off your very busy schedule to be here to support. When I told Meg first about the initiative, she embraced it like it was her own, and yes, it is her own. Together with Elite Fitness, they were there from the onset to make sure that this program is a success. And I told her, even if I have 5 people, I'm going to go ahead with this because it's not about the number, but what's more important is the impact that we make at the end of the day. So just to tell you a little bit about Girls Talk Show/org. Girls Talk Show/org is an organization and at the same time an online TV channel where we talk about issues that affect girls in our society. And we try as much as possible to see how to bring solutions to make sure that these problems are solved. Problems ranging from teenage pregnancy, early marriage, low self-esteem, and the like. Just all these contemporary issues that we know young girls our age and those even younger than us are facing. So Girls Talk is here to make sure that we see how best to empower these young people and provide them a platform where they could achieve their dreams and at the same time reach their full potential. So once again, like I said, I don't want to talk much. I want to say thank you to Meg. Thank you so much. Like all the voice message in and out from the beginning, and I'm like, okay, Meg, we keep saying goodbye, yet we'll still reply each other again. So that's to show that she had a passion for this from the beginning, and I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart for putting everything she has got to making this happen today. And also to Elite Fitness, of course, when the idea was brought here, they were open. Alassane was here and there making sure that everything works out. And thank you once again to all of you, like sincerely, from the depth of my heart, thank you for coming, and let's have fun together. Thank you.